Simple units that, as a group, form an intelligent whole. It's an intelligence that isn't controlled by a central brain, but by an acting together of many non-intelligent individuals. To apply swarm behavior to machines. This is the birth of robot swarms.
The science of robotics is interested in swarm intelligence because it makes it possible to control many robots without central command. Instead of building a single, more complicated robot, the idea was born to build robot swarms, consisting of individuals with a very simple behavior, but with the ability to solve problems together. The behavior of ants is very simple. Every ant only has a repertoire of around 20 different behavioral patterns.
A colony of black garden ants is supposed to choose in favor of the shorter of two routes between the nest and the food source. Which route the ants pick first is completely random. No individual can estimate or even measure its length. At first it looks chaotic, but after just a few minutes, something incredible happens. The colony decides collectively to opt for the shorter of the two routes. This is made possible through a special information system. Ants give off pheromones, scents that evaporate with time. They follow a simple rule. When in doubt, they take the route that has more pheromones. This rule triggers a simple but ingenious mechanism. Ants that just happen to take the shorter route first return faster. The shorter route gets a higher pheromone concentration, so more and more ants setting off choose the shorter route. Like the ants, the robot swarm has to find the shortest line between 2 points. First, the robots search the network randomly. They don't know where the goal is. Like the ants, they are programmed to follow the light traces of their colleagues. The brighter the trail, the greater the probability that a robot will follow it. The robots recognize when they are in the start or destination zone. It's only now that they themselves begin to release messages. Over time, the light trail between the start and goal becomes stronger, and the other trails fade. After around 20 minutes, all of the robots are on the shortest route. The ant strategy has worked here too. University of Stuttgart, researchers are going one step further, from swarms to organisms.
The vision is to create the self-organization of individual components without explicitly programming this self-organization. Imagine a member of a swarm is actually a cell in an organism. Then you can imagine a robot swarm coming together, as a dog maybe. This dog will be able to overcome obstacles far better than an individual cell.
The swarm has to adapt to its environment. It has to develop to survive.
Imagine our swarm is released on inhospitable terrain. Say I deploy 100 swarm robots in rugged terrain where they could only survive if they came together as a single body, by forming a snake, for example. As a snake, they could then survive.
The artificial organisms of the future will program themselves and share their energy and information, independently and without human control. The aim is to have the robot organisms adapt spontaneously to new tasks, without it being necessary for their developers to program them first.
That's exactly what evolution has done. It wasn't all controlled from above.
A machine evolution in fast forward. How this could work in the future is being researched here by using small swarm robots, the predecessors of the future robot cells. What is happening here is robot sex. Strategies are being tested with which the robots can pass on their genetic information. The population that is better adapted dominates, as in natural evolution. For computer scientist Paul Levy, this is also a further development of intelligence.
It is possible to imagine that a swarm which is capable of taking care of itself will automatically seek out new tasks, and that the same swarm can solve further problems by looking for new, better territories where it can support itself better. That's conceivable, and that's an increase in intelligence.